Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with coin market cap. So currently speaking, XRP is still number one trending over on coin market cap. We are still sitting at about roughly $3 billion in 24-hour volume, which is very interesting considering the fact that we are just slightly behind Ethereum. I did post a short, it was from my TikTok, but basically we already seen XRP push well over Ethereum's 24-hour volume just the other day, hitting, I think it was like around like 15 or almost $20 billion in 24-hour volume. Absolutely insane. But nonetheless, still sitting at about roughly 72 cents. I've seen a lot of people saying like, you know, what's up with this pump? Like it was so underwhelming, this, that. It's all TA. What goes up must come down. What we are seeing now is, well, it's either one, consolidation, or two, we are going to correct a little bit more, which my major level on that was around like 52 to 56 cents. So it's a big question if we get there or not. But in my opinion, my bags are already loaded on XRP and I'm waiting for the next big boom. And I do believe that we will see it. Now, this week itself was a very big week. Watch Your Guru actually posted this. 1, the US judge rules XRP is not a security. Number 2, US inflation falls to about 3% lower than expectations. Number 3, Europe to launch first spot Bitcoin ETF this month. 4, former SEC chairman says spot Bitcoin ETFs should be approved. 5, Coinbase relists XRP. So did almost every single other major exchange. $9 trillion asset manager BlackRock CEO says crypto will transcend international currencies due to global demand, which I will talk to you guys about here in a second. The SEC acknowledges BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF application. The SEC acknowledges Fidelity, VanEck, and so many other major players out there in terms of their spot Bitcoin ETF applications. Bank of America ordered to pay $250 million for charging illegal fees and opening credit card accounts without customer consent. And number 10, Australian Securities Exchange receives its first spot Bitcoin ETF application. So massive week. It was very exciting. Listen, if you are in crypto and if you have been in crypto, then you know that this week that just passed, I mean, what an absolute massive week for crypto. Everything from start to finish has been very, very bullish for all of crypto. And even the Ripple case, right? It's not just XRP, it's all of crypto. Now, a lot of people have been talking about the price action, like I said. I seen this post come up. In fact, Cowboy Crypto, I believe, retweeted it. And I read it and I looked into it and I was like, it's interesting, right? We do see VCs, institutions cannot buy XRP from Ripple because OTC sales are investments contracts by the law. But on the open market, XRP is not a security by the law. So buying XRP is legal and it's not an investment contract. Big buying pressure on the open market from institutions is coming, but they will never buy at the top. They will crash it down to enter the market. And then we will have the same explosion as 2017. 3 digits for XRP, late 2024 max. The buying pressure will be the catalyst. Every month, Ripple sells 200 to 300 million XRP. Imagine this amount will be bought by institutions every month on the open market or even more. Short term, we could see $1.40. It's the top of the historic 2018 trend. After that, I see a nice dump, higher low or a sharp lower low before the big impulse to the moon. Guys, nothing left, just a bit of patience and we will be set for life. Now, with this, okay, personally speaking, I've talked about 3 digits on XRP. It's something that is very possible. And in fact, I believe that it will happen. The question is when. I don't think anyone's going to really guess that time frame. Same as the case, right? Nobody would have guessed that the case would have been over by mid-July. But as we do look at this price chart, they're more so comparing the 2017-2018 price action. I don't know if we're going to hit 3 digits by 2025, but it will definitely be something very interesting. But I will say, I do believe that we will see 3 digits on XRP once institutions are in. The question is, when are those institutions going to get in? Well, I believe that's all by plan, that we will see this entire space really explode in the next couple weeks, months, and even years ahead. And when we look at that, right, it's all opening the door for the institutional grade sector to come in as well at crucial times. all the Bitcoin ETFs, for example, by all the big names, the institutions, if you will, all of that was by plan. And when you hear that there's, coming out with Bitcoin spot ETFs, they're not buying spot Bitcoin right now or at the $30,000 mark. No, they already bought Bitcoin at 15,000 or so. I would argue that there's really not a lot of institutions in this space yet, but when they do come, you should be prepared. And I believe that's going to be assets like XRP that do grasp a large portion of that volume and that value that comes in. Now, of course, with this, where does XRP go? Well, you could probably already guess that 3 digits definitely is the overall goal for a lot of people. Initially, I think that we should target a new all-time high, then break $10. Then we could kind of really talk about some higher expectations. But Blockchain Backer, shout out to Blockchain Backer. We do see it's hard to not wear a tinfoil hat. Every time something like this happens, it still blows my mind. And he's actually comparing the price chart of XRP to the previous fractals. If we look at that, then we would be expecting roughly about a new or close to a new all-time high on XRP. Ultimately, we'll most likely see a little bit of a pullback roughly around like the 50-some cent zone. That's what I'm looking at least. From there, we really kind of target $3 plus on XRP. So initially speaking, what we should be looking at on XRP in the short term is probably around like $3 to $5. If we do see it, that's going to be very, very exciting. But we do need to be aware of the previous high of 2021, and we need to actually break that before we even do talk about new all-time highs or $3 plus. But I do think that we have so far aligned perfectly with the fractal on XRP from 2017, 2018, and it's definitely interesting to see this. So shout out to Blockchain Backer for that. As we do look at the price chart today, though, on XRP and the macro price chart, it looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, this thing is extremely bullish in my opinion, and it has been bullish for a while. Even going all the way back to 2020, technically speaking, this has been creating higher lows. Now, we really want to see a higher high for XRP, and I think that that's what everyone is waiting for. But listen, I've said it many times in the past, charts get thrown out of the picture once you see institutions. Once things really align for XRP, charts don't matter. I've always said that triple digits for XRP could happen, and they will most likely happen. We just don't know the time frame. But I did see, and everyone knows about this, this goes back way before 2023. There's actually a full article on this if you guys did want to check it out. Sorry, here you guys have that full article. So we do see SBI CEO foresees Ripple's XRP adoption by all Japanese banks by 2025. Speculations rise on potential price surge to $10. And this was from June 15th, actually, of this year. But the original article for this, I want to say it was like around 2019 when this got originally posted. As we do look at it, right, like it's definitely exciting to think about something like this. And, SBI has been spearheading Ripple and XRP adoption for a very long time. And he even said that during that time, XRP, or I should say Ripple, was already working with 300 plus institutions. So this was something that we could pretty much look at and say, all right, yeah, this could be something that happens. In my opinion, as we look at Japan has become, I should say, a big leader around crypto and blockchain adoption. I think that a lot of these areas, like even Hong Kong and Singapore, these are big leaders around digital assets and crypto adoption. Utilization of XRP is only going to continue to increase from today on. Even the lawsuit was a big step in the right direction for XRP adoption because it did solidify XRP as, guess what? A currency, not a security. So as we do look at that, like, I don't want to say that all Japanese banks are going to utilize XRP, but it's definitely interesting to think about it because XRP is the only asset within the space that actually has 100% regulatory clarity. Everyone has been looking at Bitcoin. There's really no laws behind Bitcoin in terms of it being, cleared out of regulations. They could still target Bitcoin. Let it be known. There's been discussions around it, but even before the lawsuit around the SEC with Ripple, there was a lot of discussions around XRP being a currency as well. Remember, right? If we go back in time, we already know that XRP was cleared and registered as a virtual currency by FinCEN after a settlement back in 2015. And guess what? It still got targeted by the SEC. And, now we have FinCEN, virtual currency. SEC, not a security. Environmental standards, carbon neutral. Most regulated crypto in the US. And yeah, this is why it's ripe for adoption. Like XRP adoption from today on is only going to increase, in my opinion. Now, with this in mind, I also want to mention that I wouldn't be surprised if XRP adoption by banks started to explode from here on out as well. We still have some time, and I still think that we need to be a little bit more patient, but I wouldn't be surprised. And the reasoning for that is because XRP and Ripple are already mentioned on almost all of these major documents. Shout out to Matthew Lin-Y over on Twitter as well. Hover Institution highlights the SDR-based stablecoin issued by a multilateral agency. Ripple and XRP mentioned as an example arrangement. Look at this. Digital currencies, the US, China, and the world at a crossroads. It is possible to envisage even more adventurous arrangements, for instance, a special drawing rights-based stablecoin issued by a multilateral agency, which would be exchangeable with any national currency. Any national currency could thus be convertible into any other national currency in 2 steps via the stablecoin. Such an arrangement would resemble the cross-border payments system that Ripple currently operates with its XRP cryptocurrency, and is just one of a variety of possible alternatives. Remember that XRP and Ripple were even mentioned as stablecoins in a World Bank 2021 document. Everything is aligning for Ripple and XRP, and everything that we've seen in the last couple of days as well has been right on par with it. It's so interesting that even Swift, so Matthew Lin-Y posted this as well. Swift pilots instant payments across currency zones. XRP not involved, still pre-funding banks. Why would Swift announce this news on the end of the Ripple SEC case ending? Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Then we also have FedNow launching in less than 5 days. Also right on par with this, we've seen this as well. Think about it. XRP, the Fed looking into possible digital US dollar. And then also we've seen BlackRock CEO. Now everyone is thinking this is Bitcoin. I included this video in a video from yesterday, but listen closely to this again. And then I want to think about a few things as well with you guys.
More and more global investors are asking us about the role of crypto. And as I said, I do believe a lot of crypto is going to be, it's an international asset. It has a differentiating value versus other asset classes, but more importantly, because it's so international, it's going to transcend any one currency and currency valuation. If you just look at the value of our dollar, how it depreciated the last two months, and how much it appreciated over the last 5 years, I mean, an international crypto product can really transcend that. And that's why we believe there's great opportunities, and that's why we're seeing more and more interest. And that interest is broad-based worldwide.
Now, of course, like I said, everyone thinks this is Bitcoin because BlackRock just recently, did the Bitcoin ETF. Remember, right? As we look at this, I do believe that Bitcoin is being utilized as a distraction. I don't think it's Bitcoin. You guys already know which one I think it is. XRP is already on all of these documents. Ripple has been planning forever. All of these subtle hints I don't look at as coincidences at all. I mean, listen, the lawsuit ends a week before FedNow. FedNow, almost all the players tied to it are Ripple integrated partners through cloud-based solutions with APIs. The FedNow service documents, they all outline API usage of third-party applications within the public and the private sector. I mean, could you seriously not connect the dots any better than that? Almost everything comes back to Ripple and XRP, and even just recently, Rosie Rios mentioned again, are you on the train? So again, yeah, I do believe that XRP is going to surge much higher than what we recently seen once we start to see institutions go live with it. And again, there's been so many people in disbelief of this lawsuit ending. There's been so many haters. The real hate starts when this level is broken up here. once we start to see this level get broken and something like this happen, that's when you will see Twitter erupt with so much hate. And again, you know, triple digits by 2024, I don't know, right? But I wouldn't be surprised anymore, right? And I'm not surprised by anything. Because when we look at what's happening around this space, things are moving extremely fast, and I continue to tell you guys this. The lawsuit happened, and we've seen XRP skyrocket overnight. Let it be known that, yeah, sure, it was only, and I say it was only because a lot of people still are like, oh, well, it wasn't much. It was only roughly about 96% of a push up. But this is something that happened overnight. This is without institutions. This is without, you know, massive utility. Imagine what will happen once we start to see institutions going fully live with XRP powered on-demand liquidity. Then you also see the retail sector jumping on board. You have XRP Ledger use case expanding rapidly. I mean, it seriously is something very, very incredible to look forward to. And, you know, yeah, it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. We could still see a push back down. I've said this as well. We could still see a push back down to about like 55 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see that push because, again, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I think that everyone is still, you know, oh, well, this was so underwhelming. Let me just take my profits and go throw it into something else. And I love to see that because, again, that usually tells us that they're getting shaken out by not seeing that overnight push to $10, blah, blah, blah. They're getting shaken out at the worst time because just like Blockchain Backer said, this thing has been following a fractal perfectly. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a new all-time high being broken eventually here soon. In terms of like September, October, November, yeah, we could still see something like this that we seen back in 2017, 2018, where we see another big spike on the XRP price chart to skyrocket to like $3 plus. And remember, $3 from today's price would be sitting at roughly a gain of 313%. Going off of the lows of this year, well, I shouldn't even say this year, but 2022, this is about roughly a 914% run up. To a new all-time high, it'll be a roughly 11x off of those lows. From today's price, like I said, going back to like around roughly 72 cents, this is like 391%, which is not too crazy of a move. A lot of people have been saying, oh, well, we're going to go to $100 overnight. No, it's not going to happen that quick. We still don't have institutions here. The retail sector technically is not even in crypto right now either. So we have a lot to look forward to. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. If you guys are on this video, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.